Hey, I'm Mike.
I'm Dan.
Welcome to the No Talent Podcast, where we're going to teach you some things about the film industry.
Yes, this is Ep.2, Industry Problems.
We touched on it a little bit or a lot of it in the first one. We could definitely talk more about this. Maybe this will spark more interest, stories, or questions people might have, because it is a wonderful business. Don't get us wrong. We enjoy doing it, but it does come with a lot of problems, like
Oh yeah, I mean it's
a lot of stuff that's going to frustrate you.
it's an industry where for a lot of people this was the dream, and for a lot of people the dream is coming true every day. I've always felt very rewarded working on a film industry,
Right.
On a film set because I feel like I'm doing something. That being said, it is an industry.
Yeah.
Every industry has its pitfalls, its issues.
$1 trillion industry.
Yeah, it's a it is
trillions, billions, all the aliens.
It is one of the, biggest industries in the world. And it's also like several industries within each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
there isn't a business or other industry that we don't deal with.
Exactly.
We do everything.
Any walk of life can work on a film set on a given day.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're someone who's like a baker, it's like, well, congratulations, you're on a film set for today. Like you're making crafty or something. Or, if you are a carpenter, you're working on a film set.
Yeah.
If you're a plumber,
you're working
get
on
in there, buddy.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that...
Oh, what's that? Your coffee shop's about to go under? We got a crew that's ready for you.
Yeah. Oh my God. We're there. Like
that's it. America runs on coffee. No, the film industry needs coffee.
Oh,
the hours are awful.
Did I ever tell you what my crafty routine was morning, first thing in the morning?
What, you eating crafty?
I would go to the table.
Okay.
Find a coffee, and I would just stand there, and I would drink 3 black coffees. Just to get the day
going. How's your heart not exploding?
I came, dude. Is
your colon okay?
No,
I didn't think so.
But I would start the day sweating profusely because I was like, I need to be on.
Wait, is that why you would disappear to the kitchen for a while?
Oh yeah,
you did that on our show too.
All the time, every show.
I was wondering when you were like, yeah, I'm gonna go get a coffee, and I just wouldn't see you for 20 minutes.
It's
30 minutes.
I would be powering down black coffee, and if there was any fruit, any, anything that I'm like, can get me awake.
Yeah.
Because maybe first issue we could talk about is how bad some of the turnarounds can be on some productions.
From the turnarounds to the hours you work to the it's lack of sleep.
I was doing that mostly on sets where I'm working a 60 to 70 hour work week, and the turnaround was 8 hours. It's like, well, by the time I got home, I had 6 hours to sleep. By the time I was done doom strolling on my phone, I had, 4 hours to sleep. And now I need to just truck my way through the day.
Yeah.
Hopefully, no one listening ever finds themselves in those positions, but unlikely if you are working in the film industry that you won't, find yourself in a nasty turnaround one day, or you're just exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
But you need to be on.
You have to be on consistent. Like if you're tired, they'll understand. Like, yes, this is our job. We get tired and we do things.
Yeah.
Like
everyone's tired.
Everybody's tired, but it's sometimes if you're an insomniac like myself occasionally.
Same.
I'll sleep 2 hours a day. If we're filming, if we're up and running and we're filming that first week, I'm not sleeping.
Oh yeah. No.
Not sleeping.
You really learn.
Doesn't matter if I'm on set or in the office. I'm not sleeping.
So crave your weekends. You learn that, okay, I'm not going out Friday night because I'm going to sleep from the second I get home Friday night, probably to Sunday morning. And then you make the best of a Sunday before you start screaming yourself to sleep.
There's going to be times too where sometimes it's a little stressful that week or that day was stressful and it's Friday. You guys get off at, 7, 8. and the crew is like, "Yo, we're gonna go to a bar.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
say no.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay.
Be comfortable protecting.
Yeah,
Listen
like, worry
to
about you."
listen to your body.
With that being said, nobody parties like a film crew.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about rap parties.
Rap parties. That's 3 episodes on themselves. Like,
dude, that's an industry high right there.
Oh my god, it makes it worth it. Like,
it really does. It really does make it worth it.
It's the it's like
for me.
They become like Viking celebrations. Like, we just went to battle and now it's it's time to revel.
It's like when you watch like House Party or any college movie from the 90s or early 2000s. It's kind of like that, a little more professional, but not as professional.
They're professional for 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, hey, it's so good to see you."
It's the walk-in. Yeah, like, isn't it great that we're here?
Yeah.
Oh, there's some drinks in there.
What's that open bar 2 hours later?
Oh my god. The thing I've seen coordinators
so fun to
UPMs
watch tight ass get loose.
Oh my god, I've seen them like risk their careers at rap parties.
Oh, it's so fun.
Like, it is hilarious. But
we'll get to that later. Though. We're talking about the lows. You gotta understand the struggle before you get the treats.
You haven't earned that
yet. You
yet.
didn't earn the treats yet.
But let's get into I think on the job training is
that's literally unless you go to film school where they may teach you a little bit here and there. Like I've met people a little bit. I've met people who have learned nothing at film school.
Yeah,
I've met people who learned what sides were in film school, learned what proper set etiquette is, but on the job training is the training.
You become,
it's really it.
I would say within 2 weeks, every PA becomes an expert in set etiquette because absolutely. It is drilled into you.
And you're working 12 hours a day. It's a little hard to not learn. You see these people more than you see your own family.
Oh,
so
for sure.
It's a little hard to not pick up on it.
Yeah. Well, like, one thing you might be surprised to hear pretty quickly is if you are a set PA, you better never find yourself in a seat. Like, you are standing all day. Did I tell you the time I got in trouble on set for sitting while I was working bells?
Was that our job?
No, this was
because didn't you get shit on our job for that too?
No, but well, our job we were still in the office. So
I know, but like, didn't you get shit at the stage?
Oh, well, I did, but they didn't know I wasn't a set PA.
Got you.
So
okay.
That I was like, "Oh, I'm not set," and they were like, "Oh, okay." Like, someone started yelling at me on that one, and I was like, I'm not this department.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, all right."
That's the thing too. A lot of the time, if it's not an indie, it's a huge crew, so people are gonna.
Yeah, they don't know. They might not know who you are.
They're not gonna know who you are. They're gonna assume who you are.
Yeah.
Like, even when I was like a stage manager or something, they would be like, "Hey, any chance you can go get me this?" And it's like,
it's not my job.
You better find a PA for that, dude. Like,
well, I remember being an assistant set manager, and one of the set PAs like whistled for me, and I almost lost my job that day because I let him know that was unacceptable.
Yeah, that's not proper.
So, going with etiquette,
somebody whistles at me, they better buy me dinner.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, we could talk about that, outside."
Let me tell you why what you just did was wrong.
Yeah, but you do run into these are film types. You're running into a lot of people that like believe they should be there. So you are going to run into ego quite a bit.
Oh, the egos. Not my least. Dan, you've known me a couple of years.
Yeah.
Do I seem like an easily irritated person?
I would say no.
Oh, but I am.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm so easily irritated. And it's the little people think I'm cocky sometimes, and I can see how I can come off cocky.
Yeah.
I just know what I'm capable of. I'm never going to say I can do something when I can't, though. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to be like, this is my shit, I belong here. But like, those people, they get under your skin.
I would say we've mostly worked in, when you are a PA, you're working in the AD department. Is you're in the director's department normally. That's who you work under. And you are dealing with people, often fantastic people, but sometimes you are dealing with people that like believe they should be directing a film set.
Oh, yeah.
So, that is the ultimate goal if you're in that department. So
yeah, we're not going to say all ADs are
assholes,
but you do
a lot of them are fantastic. But
I'll tell you right now, an AD made the hand gesture, my least favorite thing.
Oh, God.
If somebody does that to me,
No, one time, so this getting into my story about sitting while working on bells. For those of you who don't know, bells they're normally like little light switches that someone needs to stand next to, and when they yell rolling,
this is usually for filming on stages.
Yes, this is for stage filming. So you flip one switch, and it is what it sounds like. It's a bell. If you've ever watched a movie about making movies, you have heard this sound before. Yeah. And then you flip another one. That is the filming light. It's a red light. It's all throughout the set.
And what is it? 1 for wrap, 2 for filming?
Yeah, 1 for wrap, 2 for filming.
Or cut, not wrap.
Yeah. No, there's a few. Every set might have its own code to it. They're pretty uniform, but some sets are different.
Your set's gonna be run based off your department head, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they could make whatever rule they want.
No, they really can.
But you learn pretty quickly. But you're just standing there, flipping light switches all day. I saw a chair. It's like, well, I don't need to be standing for this. So I sat down, and my key walked by. Now, if you didn't listen to the first episode, your key is the key PA. They are in charge of the set PAs. Like, they tell you what to do because they have been told what to do. Like, they're middle management, essentially. Yeah. And we'll talk about pay later, but they make the same amount of money as you.
They do.
Like, she came over and told me that I wasn't supposed to be sitting. And I asked, what about this job is limited by me sitting down?
Do as we say, not as we do.
Yeah. I was not working on this set very long after that.
Right.
I think I had another week after this conversation.
I think I remember you telling me about this job too.
So then, a little bit later, they bring over one of the ADs. Now, normally to make it into the AD department, as like an assistant director at all, you need, is it still 600 days on a set?
To be an AD?
To move up from PA to AD.
There's a couple of things you got to do.
Like union.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we should definitely. We'll see if we can get an AD on here to tell us about
we'll
this.
fact check that. But I was always told it was 600 days on a set.
You got to go through a program.
Yeah. You but some people get fast tracked where it's 300 days, and the AD that I was told to talk to, she was like a second AD.
Yeah, not a third, a second.
A second, not a third. Comes up and basically reads me out. Now, you might be wondering, well, why was she fast-tracked to become an AD as a PA? Because she was... Well, her dad was the first AD.
Oh, wow, I would have never guessed.
Yeah, who would have foreseen that? And she, for about 15 minutes, told me about how hard it is to move up in the film industry, and stuff like this would hold me back. And this might be, the next part of this might be why I wasn't on that set very long, was I then went up to the key, and I said, did you bring a Nepo baby over to tell me how hard it is to move up in the film industry? And that was my last week on that set.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, but you do run into these things a lot.
These people are irritating, aggravating, all the words. They'll get under your skin.
So, unfortunately, learning to bite your tongue is a little a little important.
Mm-hmm. If you got an ego, if you're easily, again, I tend to be easily irritated. I will open my mouth. I do know when and when not to say stuff though.
Yeah.
So it's just I know some coordinators who would disagree, but but it's you gotta learn just to it's just a job, it's whatever. It's when they start disrespecting you in such a
open way. I
yeah,
feel
like
like
I've defended other PAs who are getting
yeah.
like not yeah, again, if you fuck up on the job and you get, reamed out for that, understandable. But if you do something that wasn't exactly your fault or communicated to you properly, and then they take it upon themselves to just embarrass you in front of the entire crew, not even like, come over here, let me talk to you.
Yeah.
I watched this poor girl. This was her first job. She was maybe 2 months in. She's getting yelled at by this AD. And he's just like, it's so simple. How could you not comprehend how simple it is? It's like, I don't know how you could screw this up. And people are looking. Like the construction guys are looking, shaking their heads. They obviously aren't going to get involved because it's not
their place, really.
So I took it upon myself. I walked up. I wasn't even in this guy's department. I just happened to be on set that day. I was in the office. So I walk up and I'm like, she got it. Yeah. It's like, excuse me or whatever. And I was like, she gets the point, dude. You don't need to do this in front of everybody. Take her outside, talk to her.
This was maybe an office conversation.
But he's doing it on set in front of people. So he was also like a second AD. I don't know what the hell he was getting off about.
Yeah.
But it turns out that guy became a first AD later on. I denied that job though.
Fair enough. Well, I will say no one will be crueler to you than a second,
mm-hmm.
or just a second AD or a second AD.
Yeah, not all of them.
But
it's just something we've experienced.
If you want to experience abject cruelty,
mm-hmm.
run into a bad second
with an ego,
because they have had a pay bump for all of 3 weeks and they are ready to talk about it. I've had one talking about like advocating for others in the workplace. I remember my call was like pretty late one day. We were filming basically day and night, so my call was from like half the day,
mm-hmm.
and I am a minute on set. I'm not even like, I'm before my call time, but I'm like, let me set up, let me get my walkie on,
mm-hmm.
let me do what I gotta do. And the first thing happens, I turn my walkie on, and this guy is screaming
mm-hmm.
into the walkie on channel 1, so everyone is hearing this. Everyone is hearing this. He goes, PAs, if you're not going to repeat what I'm saying, I'm going to walk over and rip that headset off your fucking head. And I just went, I'm not going to name the guy's name. We'll call him Tom.
Fucking Tom.
Tom, I knew Tom from like other stuff before. Mm-hmm. So I get on walkie and I'm like, well, Tom, you come talk to me about it. Like, you want to rip it off my head, come over. Like, let's have a conversation about it.
Mm.
And then he comes over and he's like, come on, man, you know I wasn't like talking to you. I didn't even know you were on set yet. And I'm like, yeah, but you're willing to like we're threatening people with violence now.
Mm-hmm.
Half the PAs on that set were 19.
Yeah.
Because
these are kids.
These are people's first job.
Yeah, you're ruining it for them.
Just because someone was probably a dick to him his entire career, which I get. And I get being annoyed at people being green. Mm-hmm. It's not your fault that it's their first
job.
But you
gotta be patient, man.
But yeah, I get that you're middle management, and I get that, shit rolls downhill.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably doing that because he's being shat on.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta step that up. You
gotta be a leader. You can't just go director choose you out and you're like, all right, then just turns around and starts yelling at a PA.
Yeah, you gotta make sure they know what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah. And that's what we're hoping these first few episodes at least will serve for some of the people wanting to, get into the entry level of the film industry. Mm-hmm. Is so you don't walk in not knowing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you should be in and out of the industry pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot. I would imagine the lifespan of a entry level film worker is probably like a few months.
Yeah, maybe a year.
Yeah, maybe, because like you could be in and out pretty quick.
Dude, my first job, I got called for a different career path, and I just said, "Yeah, I'm gonna take that."
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until upon leaving that I was like, I kind of miss it. Like, as much as it sucked, I miss being in the atmosphere with certain people and having the experience of working on the set, getting to see how the sausage is made, getting to appreciate it more. So I didn't last long in that other job at all. I lasted like 6 months, and then I was like, I'm going back.
Well, like, full disclosure, I'm really more of a hobbyist in the film industry these days because of, and we'll touch on the lack of job security.
Oh yeah.
The
stress.
The stress. Right now, there's really not a lot going on in the film industry, you know. At least in New York City.
Yeah, New York City. I've talked to a couple of union guys recently on a job that I'm on, and because I'm looking to expand a little bit, get away from the production part of it, maybe, you know, put my trade skills to use. And I'm talking to them, and they're just like, I would love to have somebody like you on, which is very nice to hear. Yeah. But they just go, we don't have work. Like, we don't know if we're going to go on to another job after this. Like, we're just waiting. And even I worked in Rhode Island on a job last year for a couple months. And the guy I talked to up there, he was like, dude, I would hire you on the spot. We just don't have any work.
Yeah. No,
that's really it.
I know plenty of shows, right? Like, plenty of PAs, you know, people who are trying to not be PAs anymore, trying to move up. That right now, you know, that's the job. Just the jobs aren't there right now.
That's the issue too, right? You, as a freelancer, you're not in a union or anything, so you're gonna take whatever job you get called for.
Oh, of course.
Like, I've done almost every department in the last 5 years in the industry.
Do you know how many times I've worked on a show and I don't know what show it is?
Yeah.
Because I don't ask. I'm just like, all right, yeah.
What's the pay?
Yeah,
I gotta go.
Is the pay normal? My normal pay rate? Is it 5 days of work? Is it 3 months of work? Like, you know,
what are the hours?
When's call? Am I in art department or am I in, you know, set deck?
Am I driving a unit truck?
Yeah. You know? What exactly am I doing? What is the pay? I need to know very little else.
I've probably had maybe 1 or 2 calls where they haven't specified anything. There's like, we just need a PA.
Yeah.
And that's
I've had that before.
But most of the time, the people who are contacting me are very informative upon the first text message or phone call.
Yeah. So you do run into that where like some people are very, very communicative of like, so, you know, we're on this HBO show. We've been running for 7 years. Like and that's always a good call because you know that is a well-oiled machine and it's ready to go. But if
and you can get called back if they do another season. Yeah, you know,
that is great. That's the good thing about working in TV is there's slightly more security if you just do your job, like, and the show does well. It gets a second season. They might call you back, and you know that's credit, that's hours, that's you know pay stubs, that's stuff you can prove to be able to move up. Now, if you are working in movies, there are not really, you know, there's still opportunity to get that second call, but the odds aren't, you know, as good.
Movies are also going to be a little more hectic because there's less filming time. Like, a TV show could typically run you 6, 8, maybe 10 months, a year. Who knows? But like a movie is usually a month, 2 months. It's big crew. You're not really going to get to know everybody because you're constantly working. You might be working 16-hour days. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's, you just got to know, like, just keep it in the back of your head. Like, yes, this is awesome. I'm making money right now. But once that 2 months is up on that movie, you're like, all right, when's this next job coming in now?
And this is the thing. You kind of always have to be trying to lock down other jobs. Whether it be networking on set, you know, talking to, if you're a PA, talk to the key about what is the next thing they're working on.
Yeah.
Talk,
Yes.
talk to the second about or the second AD. What is the next thing you're working on? Because if they like you, you know, availability is a superpower. Like if you are available, you have a good shot at getting another job. Because people like familiarity. They like, you know, you get into a groove with someone. That's the best way to guarantee you work is if you're in the office, be cool with the coordinator. Don't just treat them like they're your boss. Treat them like, you know.
So the coordinators I've worked with recently, I've been very fortunate when it came to the office. I've only maybe had one shitty coordinator. I've had a shitty assistant coordinator
plenty of times.
But I've been very fortunate because I've worked mostly in the production office because it's just it's more suitable for me. Like I'm not as irritated in the office.
Yeah,
because we all understand we're in the shit. Like
I certainly prefer the office to set. Obviously, there's a little bit of movie making magic on the set,
of course.
But like, and that could get a little addictive. Like, you know, I do enjoy that part, but office is more like a normal workplace.
It's an office.
Yeah, you are just work
straight up an office.
If you've ever worked in an office, you might as well have worked in a film office. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing busy work. Do you know one time I worked on a show? I was filling in for like a week as a office PA, and they asked me to make an Excel spreadsheet of local restaurants to like order lunch from.
Done that a bunch of times.
And there was already one that existed, and they were like, "Oh, well, do you mind just like updating it?" Like, and I was like, you know, expanding it a little bit. And I put 3 restaurants. I made that 2 hours worth of work. I just added 3 restaurants.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's very typical office nonsense.
Sometimes you're going to be super busy in the office, and sometimes you're just going to be sitting in your chair looking at your phone.
There are days where you have so much to do you want to cry, and there are days where there is nothing to do.
And people will notice, too, if you make yourself busy.
Yes.
Especially in downtime, if you're in an office, if you're in wardrobe, if you're on locations or whatever, just make yourself busy. If nothing's going on, people are going to notice. They're going to be like, this guy will get shit done.
Go where you're needed.
Absolutely.
Like, if you don't know where to go where you're needed. You know, ask where you should be.
Yeah.
Ask what you could be doing. I will say, don't try to get the jump on things too much. Like, don't try to work ahead of schedule. Work adjacent to schedule would kind of be my advice, because let's say you want to like get the lunch orders in first thing in the morning. It's like, well, you know, Sarah in payroll might not be ready for her lunch order to be in.
Right.
And then you got all the lunch orders, you made the order already, but Sarah didn't get to order lunch.
Fucking Sarah.
And now Sarah's pissed.
Yeah.
You don't want to cause these
you don't want to do that.
issues.
It's a lot of the times you can just place that order or whatever, but it's just you got to, again, communication is key. Just let Sarah know, hey, you were a little late, so it's going to come a little later.
Yeah. And now, but you messed that up, and you're, you know, well, like UPM or whatever might be like wondering, hey, why are these receipts separate? You know, like, why am I filing 2 receipts for what should have been 1 lunch order? You don't want these questions to come up. And it's as easy as answering the question.
Yeah.
But
excuses are stupid. Just get straight to the point. Just say, sorry.
Yeah, I messed up.
I messed up.
Is fine.
I didn't get her order in time.
I messed up is a great sentence to kind of own, you know, because people appreciate accountability.
No, they really
because they appreciate that they're not the one that messed up.
Yeah,
you know, everyone just wants to be absolved of responsibility, so it's never a bad thing.
It's also at the end of the day too. Unless you're doing something that's costing the job a lot of money, at the end of the they'll understand. Shit happens.
Yeah,
like it's like, all right, whatever. It was an $18 lunch on a $15 budget. Whatever. Shit happens.
Learn how to the best filing system for you for receipts, because I've definitely messed up on where my receipts are before. And if you're a runner PA, get a folder in your car, get something for receipts.
Because you're gonna
everything needs to be logged.
That's where pressure comes in, because everything is money in this industry. It's all about money. If your receipts aren't in order, you got to keep your receipts in order. You got to make sure everything is accounted for. Everything that was paid for is accounted for. It's filed. Because then if it starts to build up, that's when you're going to start hearing shit.
Let's say you're a runner PA, which for those who don't know is an office PA who goes out and does,
runs.
They do the runs for the office. They, it's go pick up the lunch. It's go do this, go do that. You're a gopher.
Go drop off at set. Go drop a script off to an actor.
Hey, there's some sound equipment in Queens. Go pick it up and bring it to set in Manhattan. Yeah.
If you're a runner PA, you're basically doing what Transpo is not capable of doing at that point. Transpo are the transportation drivers, also a great crew of guys.
Oh, fantastic! I love the Transpo guys.
The Transpo guys are great. If
best guys on any set,
they have the worst hours.
They do.
Of anybody. If their hours were not like that, I would be a Transpo driver in a heartbeat.
Those
guys are awesome.
5 a.m. to
5 a.m.
Yeah, pretty much. They might as well be.
It's a good job. Don't get me wrong. The money is sweet.
Oh, they are paid very well.
Your hours are a little crap. It's not great.
You learn to take a nap.
You learn
the power of naps.
They also understand do not drive obviously like that. So they'll put you in shifts and stuff. They'll be like, hey, we got Greg on right now. Joe, go take a quick nap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you are a runner PA, you might have to you might be given $15 for lunch.
You got to make sure you stay within that $15.
And, however much, and they'll probably give you a card or petty cash for gas, because they might put you in a company car rather than your own car.
Yeah.
They'll probably rent a car for the production.
They're almost always going to rent a car for you.
Yeah. More likely than not, they will rent a car for you.
Yeah, it's an issue.
It's an insurance nightmare otherwise. But let's say they don't, and you're using your own car. You are allowed to bill them for gas and miles. If those receipts are not there, you are not seeing that money.
You gotta be on top of it.
Now, if they give you a company card for that, if you don't show the receipts for when you filled up gas, these are issues. They're gonna wonder why $60 was off the card. If you don't have the receipt, the accountants can't deal with it. So these are things to remember.
So it's a major problem, money, in this industry. Money is always going to be number one priority for them.
They will come at you like a bookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they could legally start cracking PA kneecaps, they would.
They would get gangster with it if they could. And some producers aren't far off from it, realistically.
Yeah, I've worked with a couple of hotheads who look like a couple of wise guys.
I've definitely been close to, I think, actual physical violence from certain producers, but
you will not be harmed on a set. Usually,
normally
you should.
Normally, you should not be. Should we maybe talk about how production assistants don't have a union right now?
I know there is a PA union. I think it's only for commercial work. We should definitely look more into that.
They exist for commercials, which for some reason are treated differently.
Yeah, very different world.
Great way to get credits, though.
Oh, yeah.
If you want good pay and quick work, commercials is a great area to get into.
Again, also the jobs. Again, same thing though. Job security is not guaranteed there.
Of course not. But they do have a union, and they, I do not know the criteria to join that union, but I'm sure, you can find it pretty easily.
Yeah. No, but I know somebody, not a lot of somebodies were trying to work on getting a PA union.
Well, I will say, and we'll link the Instagram in, the show notes, but I do know that there's a lot of grassroots movement right now after the strikes the last couple years to get PAs unionized.
It would be nice.
Which we're just going to say it is 100% the edict and belief of the No Talent podcast that we support PAs trying to unionize.
Oh yeah.
You know, we're all for it. If we could help in any way, we would love to.
Would be nice, yes.
Yeah. But
voice for the voiceless, if you will.
Of course. The unfortunate thing is right now that union is not in place, or it's not strong enough to be in place.
It's the freelance downside. It's there's not really a lot of support. Your support is your credibility, I guess.
It's your reputation is all you got.
That's really it. And that's why it's also good to network, get to know your bosses and stuff. Because if you got a skill, if you got some skills, utilize those skills in that job somehow. I was a construction worker. I was a handyman. I brought that in. I got office jobs. It's a lot of paperwork and filing. That's not why I get hired, though. They need somebody to do the heavy lifting because the office does setup and deconstruction before production and after production.
Trust me, you bring something to the table.
Yeah,
if you don't think you do, you do. They need everybody.
Yeah.
They need someone. If you've ever worked a screwdriver, they need you because someone needs to break down that office when it's done, all said and done. If you are just somebody who can talk well, they need you because
not like me where I'm dropping F-bombs every sentence.
Oh yeah. You trying to learn office etiquette is up and down.
It's different because you're just dealing mainly with your own people.
Yeah.
But you are the front line for getting everything and anything. So you do have to talk to everybody.
Learning to become chatty is pretty valuable.
Yeah, if you got anxiety, and you're not okay with talking to multiple people at once, all the workloads, all the, talking on the phone even. I know a lot of people who can't talk on the phone.
Yeah.
This is either not the job for you or it is the job to help you out of that.
Well, what I would say, if you find yourself as someone who has issues communicating, become really, really good at filing paperwork, at being expedient.
Yeah.
And, being accurate with the paperwork. Then
make your coordinators know that if something has to get done, a majority of paperwork has to get done in a little time, that's you.
Yeah.
They'll give it to you. You go off into your own world. You do it.
Anyone could be a star in this industry, but you need to learn to lean on your strengths, not necessarily not to ignore your weaknesses, but work on that on your own time.
Oh, yeah.
If you are someone who, I don't know, maybe you have bad ADHD and you don't have healthcare because you're a lowly PA, learn how to use those,
hone your skills.
Yeah, if you're I can't do paperwork because of, I look at a screen and my brain shuts down. Learn the filing cabinet.
Oh yeah.
The
greatest warriors make their weaknesses their strengths.
Exactly.
I don't know who said that, but
just be present. Let them know that the kitchen in the office is running low and someone needs to make a be the one to go on that path marked run.
Yeah. If you learn your role as a PA, if you're in production or on set, if you know your responsibilities and you get ahead of them without even being asked, people are going to notice that. They're going to be like, I don't got to tell this guy twice.
Yeah. I've never had to worry if there's apples in the break room. You know
why? Because Dan's on it. Dan knows I like apples.
Oh my! Do you the show we worked on?
Yeah.
Do you remember how many times we ran to ShopRite?
Dude,
maybe twice a day at one point.
Because we started in the office, and then I got promoted to stage manager, and then they made you.
Well, I was already the assistant stage manager.
Already the assistant stage manager. So we were just at the stage. We come to find out.
I had 3 jobs on that.
Yeah, you were all over the place. But the amount of times we've gone to the store because one specific group of people likes Little Bites.
Oh my God. If we could have tied off probably a couple $1,000s just for the Little Bites budget.
Just Little Bites.
If you're ever wondering as a set PA what to buy and they didn't give you a list, Little Bites, beef jerky,
Oh yeah.
Beef jerky moves, baby.
Oh yeah.
Fruit. Granola bars, but
they say they want granola bars.
They don't.
Nobody
They don't move. They don't like. No one buys them.
Everybody wants to eat healthy, but nobody actually wants to eat it.
They're all full of it.
Yeah.
Every production I've ever been on preaches we have whole vegan options here. We have our vegetarian options here. We have our whole organic.
Mm-hmm.
People know what they want.
Yep.
They want some sugar. They want some caffeine. They want some protein, carbs. They gotta get through their day.
Yeah.
Like, not to if that's your lifestyle choice, like eat what you're supposed to eat. But like, if you're the PA shopping,
if you're PA shopping, know about dietary restrictions too.
Oh well, that's a big thing.
Learn about the dietary restrictions. You're gonna find a lot of people who are vegetarian, vegan, allergic to nuts.
Oh,
obviously, yeah. So you got to learn those dietary restrictions and be on top of that.
Because that's if we're talking about things that could lose you a job.
Oh yeah.
Like, get the wrong person there. Get the wrong person's food wrong, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, have fun, bud.
Yeah.
Like, one time, I was in charge of someone's lunch, and they sent over the wrong salad, and it had chicken in it, and the guy, he wasn't high up or anything, but he was he was vegetarian, so he made a little bit of a stink about the chicken. And I'm like, okay, well, what if we just took the chicken out? He's like, well, it touched everything.
Yeah, Dan, what's wrong with you?
So I was like, all right, look, I'm gonna run this back. I'm gonna take this back. I'm gonna run back to the store. I'm gonna get you a new order. I didn't. I just threw the chicken out. I just scooped the chicken out. Don't do this.
Off the record.
Off the record. Look, I don't. You can admit things when the job is over, but don't. I didn't tell anyone that was 4 years ago. I didn't tell anyone on the job about that one. But you do what you gotta do sometimes. Because if I was late, and I caused a penalty, now who's not working the next day? Oh,
I wanna. You're gonna gain weight. You're going to gain weight on the job.
Oh my god!
You work 12 plus hours a day. You're going to gain weight. There's food 24/7.
Wait, hold on. Put that camera on me. I ran track in college. This is me now from working in the film industry.
I was an athlete. God damn.
Yeah, oh my god, you are.
Food is so good.
Freshman 15. That's it. I wish it was 15.
Dude, if I could show you a picture from when I started the industry to when I I consistently worked for a pretty decent time for 3 years. Then the strike happened. I lost all the weight because I couldn't afford food. And now I'm back to it, bro. The 15 came back.
Oh, God.
It's crazy.
Now, I was going to say, do we want to talk about the film industry past strike? Or, during the strikes? Or are we, how are we on time?
Yeah, a couple minutes. Let's get into that another time.
Okay.
I think we can...
That's probably a whole episode.
Yeah, that's a whole episode in and of itself. So,
yeah.
But... I don't know. What else can we really touch on other than, just, be prepared for what was it? Fail to prepare to fail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you kind of need to be a Boy Scout or
you have to. It's
on this job. You need to be next level prepared.
Yeah.
You really need, if you packing a good backpack the night before is crucial.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Always have clothes. Have a snack if you need.
Yeah. Have a full change of clothes. Honestly, have water, snacks.
Granted, you're always gonna have water and food.
You're gonna have access to that stuff, but you might not have.
You might not have time to get to it.
You might not have the ability to go get to it at certain times. So having it on you matters. Having a charger for your phone is super important. Battery pack.
You're working 12 plus hours a day. Your phone's gonna die.
Yeah, it's certainly going to. Just being prepared for stuff. You'd rather. I know, to get into cliches, you'd rather have something and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yep.
And if you're working indie, Because what we kind of touched on today was more to do with like more. I don't want to say professional. That's rude, but like studio, like higher scale studio stuff, where if you're working like independent, ask the producer or the director, whoever's in charge of you, ask them if you need anything. Mm-hmm. Like ask them what they think you need. Because like I've worked a job where we ended up having to hike for 40 minutes to get to where we were filming because we didn't have a way of moving things. So I didn't know I needed hiking boots that day.
Right.
My Converse weren't exactly up to task.
Well, a good AD would put on the call sheet like, listen, we're doing this, and this. Make sure you have this, and this. There's potential for rain. Bring a poncho. You know what I mean?
Always verify the information that is on the call sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Learning how to read the call sheet is super important. Learning how to verify that information of like, hey, if it rains. Also, and again, this isn't really for independent sets. Talk to the locations department. Learn the needs to know of where you're shooting, because knowing that like, oh, there's a hallway over there that like echoes is valuable to the set. You know, learning the things that are valuable to the set or like is what keeps you employed.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, it's a fun job.
Oh,
you get to live your dream of being on a movie or a TV show set, one that you might like even.
Oh yeah.
But there's so many industry lows. We'll get more into them as we go on. Obviously, once people start asking questions, start telling us their horror stories and whatnot, or things that they feel like, because this is just our opinions.
Yeah,
this is stuff
of course. This is
other people are going to tell you other ways of going about things.
Yeah, we should clarify. These are the opinions of like two white guys working in the film industry
who don't keep their mouths shut.
Yeah, the results may vary. So I don't. If you're just using us as your like your benchmark for the film, that is the wrong move.
Mike and Dan said.
Yeah, like no, that is the wrong move. We are, passionate about working in this industry. Absolutely. We want things to improve for people. Mm-hmm. We acknowledge that we are given privileges that like a lot of people that do work in this industry do not have. Mm-hmm. And
again, we've been very fortunate.
Yeah, we have been, I would say, very, very fortunate.
We've had our moments of problematic people, situations.
For sure.
We've been very fortunate.
People have had it 10 times worse.
Oh yeah, like you said sometime earlier, it's a lot of PAs do not last.
Yeah.
They just like, it's not for me.
And it sometimes it is because of truly awful behaviors, mm-hmm. But it can be a very, very rewarding industry to be in.
No, it can. It can. It's just, you're going to miss family events. You're going to,
oh my God,
you're going to lose sleep. You're going to be stressed. You're going to be hungry, starved. It's full. You're going to go through all the emotions.
You're definitely going to run into like, especially if you're a younger person, your friends might not understand why you're like not coming out all the time anymore. It's because you're tired. Like, you are working a labor intensive, like high volume job, a lot of hours. You're going to be tired. Like, your social life's going to take a hit.
Oh yeah.
You're
going to have to adapt to it.
So to keep your mental health, which, very important
super
that we are
protecting
ourselves, our own well-being. Learn your limits for communication. Mm-hmm. If you have someone that, you value that relationship, but they need to talk to you like 100 times a day, you might need to set some boundaries on, to protect yourself. I know I definitely ran into some of those issues on set. I definitely like lost a girlfriend or two.
Oh man, never.
working on
Relationships are
sets.
not a thing for me.
You know, just because, hey, we didn't talk. I feel like we're not talking anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I'm not allowed to have my phone for 12 hours a day. You know, like that is going to breach our communication. Then I'm tired when I get home, and yeah, these are things that do become issues for sure.
That's your life becomes film.
Yeah,
At a certain point,
if
you can learn how to juggle the two. It's possible. It took me a little while to do it, but it's possible.
There's a learning curve there.
There is
for sure. Like
but you also got to realize too, a lot of like you said, a lot of people are not going to understand.
Yeah, you're gonna run into a lot of people in your life. If you are someone who is in like constant communication with people, you might run into issues of them maybe not understanding that your communication is going to change. And look, it happens. And a lot of people are very understanding, a lot of people aren't. And that is something to consider. You know, maybe having a talk with certain people in your life. You know, like if mom expects a call every couple hours, that might not be happening anymore.
No, tell her like after work.
Yeah, after work. You know, if you know you're going to be too exhausted for certain things after work, you gotta be able to communicate that with people. You know, like, hey, I just worked 12 hours. I can't be on the phone for an hour right now. Because you're gonna have other things going on. Like, I kind of had to stop doing stand-up when I was working in the film industry because, well, how am I getting to shows? You know, like, or I can't be on the phone with an hour to my friend who helps put me on shows, you know, like my connections because of, man, I'm just exhausted. Yeah. You know, but
have an outlet. That's my, like, as somebody who gets really easily irritated, you have to have an outlet because you're going to get stressed.
Yeah.
Like I used to, you're not going to have time during the week probably, but save it for your weekend.
Yeah.
Get the steam out, you know what I mean?
Take like a class or something on a Sunday, have a hobby.
I went from training MMA and wrestling to just playing darts. I just needed an outlet.
Yeah, just something that is away from this, you know, like you want something that keeps you hopefully active, but certainly just gives you a release, you know?
You got to take care of yourself.
Even if it's just going to sit in the park.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever gets you.
Physically, you will heal. You will recover. Mentally, it's going to take a toll on you.
Oh, for sure. Like,
so take care of yourself. That's
best advice is take care of yourself, for sure. So that's been the second episode of the No Talent Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, want to tell your stories, feel free to send them to the links in the bio, and we'd love to hear from you.
You're going to gain weight.
Yeah, work on a diet.
Work on a diet plan, but
thank you.
Thank you.